Whether you want to stand out and command attention or vanish in plain sight, your power is in understanding the pattern. Listen to this story about Marilyn Monroe. One sunny morning, Marilyn Monroe was strolling casually on Broadway in New York City with Amy Green. Dressed plainly and moving without drawing attention, Marilyn was easily blending in with the crowd, just being her normal Norma Jean self. Then Monroe turned to Amy and said, "Do you want to see me become her?" "Become who?" Amy asked. In that moment, Marilyn made a very subtle but profound shift in her demeanor, something so slight it was almost imperceptible. She shifted her posture from relaxed to upright. She began to walk with her signature sachet, sensual and theatrical, but still subtle. She let her eye contact linger a bit longer. She changed her facial expression to a soft, slightly flirtatious smile. She became slightly more animated, with micro-deliberate gestures like tilting her head or adjusting her hair. It wasn't anything flashy. It was just an enhanced presence with the soft command to notice her without asking for it. Almost instantly, as if she pulled off a mask, people began to notice her. Cars slowed, heads turned, people stared. Attention followed her like a spotlight. Once the crowd formed and the moment passed, she switched off her persona and just as quickly faded into the background. The key takeaway? Our brains naturally ignore familiar patterns. As a strategist, you have two weapons here. First, to exercise stealth and go unnoticed, such as when gathering intelligence, implementing a surprise, or when you just don't want attention because you're relaxing with friends. Be predictable, or do what is expected. In other words, blend in with the pattern. To captivate attention, seize the initiative and gain power, do what is unexpected or be unpredictable. In other words, break the familiar pattern. When you're unpredictable or do something unexpected, it sparks curiosity and triggers a dopamine release, a feel-good drug in the brain, which fixes attention on you. Just seeing a celebrity in public is a break with the everyday pattern, but people didn't notice Marilyn until she turned on her charisma, breaking with the typical pattern of how people walk, move, interact, and express themselves. Remember, our brains tune out patterns. They ignore what is predictable and expected. That's why that sticky note on your desk or fridge has become invisible. Rewrite it and keep posting it somewhere new. But our brains notice, lock onto, and remember what is unpredictable or unexpected, what breaks the familiar pattern. So to disappear, mimic the same pattern. To gain attention, disrupt the pattern. The greater attention you seek, the greater novelty you need. Follow to learn more about the power of strategy to make your dream a reality.